Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. It's a very unique broadcast for you tonight. You'll see a fresh face from the collegiate level in the mix. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. So with Thompson sitting on the bench, this is who Larry Brown has out there. Zion Williamson is out there with Johnson. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And for Houston, Green is out there with Ford. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here we go. And so off the tip, it's Washington. Ford against Curry. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That's on TJ Ford.
What you appreciate most about Curry is his confidence, especially when it comes to how far he can connect from.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Ford against Curry. On the wing, Green. Just 5 on the clock. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's what Jordan does best. An extremely lethal dunker.
On the wing, Mitchell. And a miss there on the triple.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Into the lane. Good D by Mitchell. A lot of minute played so far here in the first. Johnson for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Butler passes to Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Ford with the steal. Shoots over Shaq. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Here we go, 1-on-1. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And sometimes the D has no choice but to foul O'Neal. He's that dominant.
And he makes both free throws.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Now, here is Ford. Pass to Butler. Lobs it up for Jordan and taken away by Johnson. Curry outside. Cranes the three-pointer.
This is why you gotta be right up on Curry, because he's a dangerous threat off the dribble.
Outside Butler. Now Okafor. Outside Butler. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for Houston.
Substitution for Houston. Number 1, Steven Jackson.
Jordan with the screen on Williamson. And slam dunk by Jordan.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Craig, a high riser, no doubt about it. For 3, Mitchell. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from 3.
Ford kicks to Jordan. Outside Butler. Jordan with the screen on Mitchell. Back to Jordan. Stolen by O'Neal. It's Curry outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
Firing with conviction. You love to see that.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Butler. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
You know, Butler's really developed that jump shot over time. Just an incredibly lethal shooter.
On the wing, Mitchell. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Williamson from long range. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Pass to Jackson. Fires the 3. Rebound, Washington.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And you can see Zion's confidence continues to grow, especially when he's hitting shots like that.
Curry against Ford. On the wing, Green. 5 on the clock. Pass to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Sets and slips with the best. I mean, DJ mastered pick and roll action back in his days with the Clippers playing with CP3.
And that one's good, Mitchell.
Attacking from range there with some serious confidence.
And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Jones comes in for Jordan. And Vanderbilt subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Going inside, Ford, and it's in there.
Showing the strength inside to take the hit and finish.
And so Curry will bring it up for Washington. 6-point lead. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocks down the 3 ball.
You got to chase Mitchell out of the corner, or he will drain those all night.
Ford against Curry. Curry with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. 1 second left.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Washington. And it was from 3-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Right back after this break. And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
We've got Ford. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Steven Jackson. Then it's Daniel Gibson, and it's Jones in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Gibson. 5 to shoot. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Vanderbilt.
Well, that's exactly where the ball is supposed to go. Excellent read on the assist.
Here's Curry. He has 7. Right side Gibson. There's Jackson with the 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Pass to Shaq. It's stolen by Jones. Ford against Curry. And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Larry Brown wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
Okafor is checked in for Houston. Gerald Green comes in for Gibson. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Ford passes to Vanderbilt. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Ford, no luck.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And it's Brunson missing. Houston trails by 4. Pass to Ford. Outside Jackson. Vanderbilt setting the pick for Jackson. Trying to find Vanderbilt. Gets it to him.
Thunderous jam. Wow.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough deep.
Rose against Green. Goes up on the wing. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And I love the passion that Jackson plays with. Never bashful when it comes to pulling the trigger, and an outstanding two-way player.
For the Rockets, Butler, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. And Daniel Gibson subbed in for TJ Ford. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. No good on the free throw.
Great atmosphere in this building tonight. The fans were primed for this game.
Good on the second free throw. And it's Washington's ball. In the second quarter, held scoreless. Thompson right side for three. Okafor with the rebound. And Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Williams, he's checked in for Jackson.
Number 2, Grant Williams.
Okafor against Şengün. Okafor with the screen on Brunson. They kick it out to Green. Outside Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Gibson for 3. Rebounded by Rose.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Houston.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now here's Green. Still scoreless. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
Now here's Thompson. Green dishes to Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Green kicks to Williams. Butler in the corner. Back to Williams. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound, Washington. Over in the corner, Green. And here's Rose outside. Rebound by Williams. Houston trails by 5. Pass to Gibson. Here's Butler. Williams sets a screen for Butler. To the paint. And the slam by Williams.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot.
Tip off goes to Houston. So with Paul on the bench, this is who Larry Brown has out there. Curry is out there with Donovan.
I love his mindset. Go to the basket. Be aggressive.
Williamson with the screen for Curry. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Check his screen on 4. For 3, Mitchell. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
You got to chase Mitchell out of the corner, or he will drain those all night.
Green with the screen on Curry. Pass to Green. Butler in the corner. Baseline jumper, and he gets the jumper to drop.
Well, this is why you can't get lazy on defense. When you leave someone open, this is what happens.
Johnson outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
Yeah, every year in the league, Johnson's become a better three-point shooter. That tells you how hard he works in the offseason.
Three-pointer, Butler, and Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. Curry on the wing. Over Ford. Great tee that time from Green. Butler with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. So the wing on the left. Outside Butler. Jordan sets the pick for Butler. Shot clock at 5. Houston needs to get a shot. 4, no luck. Here's Washington now. Here's Johnson. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Well, you can't teach the athleticism displayed there by Johnson.
Here is Ford. Outside Butler. Here he goes. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, this is where Butler is elite. The ability to score the ball going downhill.
Johnson, good.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Green with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. And it's Emeka Okafor with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Houston making a switch. Jackson's checked in. Up top, Curry, guarded by Ford. Curry can't get it to go. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 4. Jackson misses. And it's Washington's ball. Butler with the steal. Pass to Green. Butler against Williamson. Jordan sets the pick for Butler. Back to Green. 4 on the shot clock. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's Williamson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you look at Zion. His combination of size, speed, and strength can be extremely difficult for a defense to have to deal with.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Jones checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Vanderbilt subbed in for Jimmy Butler. 4, no luck. Washington leading now by 4. Curry from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
This is why you got to be right up on Curry, because he's a dangerous threat off the dribble.
Curry against Ford. Jackson has the open look. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Washington now. They're on a 15-6 run. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And the shot goes in. Curry's got 5 now.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Here's Ford. Takes it inside. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Oh, the D has to show a little more resistance down there.
O'Neal misses. Jackson drives in, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Williamson with it. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Washington leads by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with Jackson. Then it's Ford. Then it's Jones. And it's Gibson in at the 2 go. That's the 5 for Houston right now. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Gibson passes to Vanderbilt.
The Contest plus the board. A full defensive possession from him. Great effort.
Curry, that's good.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Outside Jackson. Driving inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, look at him driving down the lane with purpose. He knew just where he wanted to get to.
Here's Williamson. Here's O'Neal. Look out, Rim. Here comes Shaq.
The strength of O'Neal is otherworldly.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Houston making some changes. Okafor comes in for Jones. And it's Green in for Daniel Gibson. And a switcher also for Washington. Green's checked in. Outside Jackson. They kick it out to Green. 6 to shoot. Okafor with the screen on Mitchell. O'Neal with the steal. Fires the three. And again, Washington with the triple.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from 3.
Houston trails by 10. Outside Jackson. They kick it out to Green. Hit the floater.
I just love his attitude on D. That block shows he isn't giving up anything. Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Green with the ball. Now Green defending. For 3, Mitchell. The triple from Mitchell.
And this is what Mitchell delivers for his team. He's an efficient shooter you can rely on for buckets.
And they double up Jackson. Mitchell with the steal. Lets the 3 fly. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Johnson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Jackson drives in, and the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, he's got some excellent momentum going offensively, so they will look to keep getting him shots.
Green, and Green slams it in.
Oh, how about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Houston trails by 16. Jackson kicks to Green. Jackson looking it over. Okafor sets the pick for Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, Vanderbilt with it. From outside, off the mark. Washington leading now by 16. And Mitchell launches it from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Mitchell's got 12 now in this quarter.
A creative score. Mitchell uses that versatility and shot-making ability to keep the defenders guessing.
Ford kicks to Jackson. Over O'Neal. They shoot again, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
You want to figure out ways to get to the line, get some easy chances.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 19 seconds left in the first half of the game. Mitchell against Ford. Shots good by Mitchell.
In a volume scorer, Mitchell excels at getting inside and converting.
With 2 seconds left. Can't get the layup. And so it's Washington taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Fans get ready for the Myteam Amazing Stuff Indoor Pilot Fight Arena Entertainment.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, this is who Larry Brown has out there. They've got Mitchell. Jalen Johnson is out there with Williamson. And it's Green, and it's Shaq in at the 5 spot. For Houston, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Towns, he's checked in for Shaq. Thompson comes in for Johnson. Derrick Rose is checked in for Mitchell. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Zion Williamson. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Washington. The 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. And Washington making a change here. Paul's checked in.
For Washington, number 3.
Here's Butler.
Chris Paul.
Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. Rebound, Washington.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Paul from deep three-point land. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. And so here is Houston. And the rejection by Towns.
Oh, big. Saying.
And here we go, Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays,
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make. The right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
From deep, Brunson. Jimmy Butler pulls it in. Here's Houston now. Green with a screen on Thompson. Back to Green. Inside, here's Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
And that's just an effective use of that pick and roll. Such simple action, so difficult to stop.
From deep, Brunson, and the rebound goes to TJ Ford. And so it's Houston with it. Pass to Jordan. Outside, Green. There's the triple. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Green's got 7.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help this team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
And how's that for an answer? Thompson getting his revenge in style there.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Şengün's checked in for Green.
Substitution for Washington, number 28, Alfred Şengün.
Down low, here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's a big reason why Jordan's field goal percentage is always so high, because most of his finishes come right at the rim.
Houston trails by 21. Butler goes in. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Using that momentum on the drive to great effect. Now that's a dunk.
It's stolen by Green. The kick outside to Butler. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound. Washington leading now by 19 points. Wasted no time on that one. Brunson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Just a reflexive move by Brunson, putting complete trust in his mechanics.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with them. Vanderbilt's checked in for the Rockets. Jackson comes in for Jimmy Butler. Outside, Green. Pass to Ford. Houston moving the ball around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Jackson's got 15.
The assisted basket. Coaches love those. Shows your offense is running well.
Paul with the three. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Green. Oh, the power on that. Prudent. Wow.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Şengün with the screen for Brunson. Launches it. And Şengün gets it to go on the assist from Brunson.
A work in progress for the big man. When Şengün is hitting from the outside, this offense becomes dangerous.
Vanderbilt finds Jackson. Outside, Green. Jordan with the screen on Paul. Green passes to Jordan. Jordan. Jalen Brunson grabs the miss. Washington leading now by 20. Ball outside. Here's Towns. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Green drives in. Here's Ford. Good. Here's Green picking up the assist. 8 points for him.
Oh, great job of recognition, finding the open man.
Over in the corner, Green. The three. No good on the shot. The shot by Thompson. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a... moment to spare. He guts this one out.
What poise, what focus. That's an impressive shot.
And so it's Washington with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Don't go any... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Gerald Green out there with Daniel Gibson. Then it's Williams. Then it's Steven Jackson. And it's Okafor in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Not quite enough defense That time around, just lucky he was off. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Kicks it out to Gibson. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Washington leading now by 21. The deep three from Mitchell. The Rockets pull it in. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Jackson. Gibson in the post. Shaq on him. Okafor with the screen on Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Jackson from long range. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
And Curry with the stuff.
How about the quickness on the drive from Curry? The moment he finds his opening, that guy is off to the races.
Gibson passes to Jackson. Here's the lob to the hoop. He's out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal. For the Rockets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Williams. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jackson. And it's Ford in for Daniel Gibson. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. And here we go. Washington fast break. That one good for 2.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
And for a coach, you always appreciate when you're able to turn a stop into a score.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Offline with his 3. Here's Curry, drives to the hoop, and the jam by Stephen Curry.
I mean, is there anything Steph Curry doesn't do?
Curry against Ford. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
Rockets ball.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Ford's gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Curry against Ford. The 3 ball. And Stephen Curry gets the 3.
3 points.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
The 8-footer. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Ford against Curry. Jacks up a 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Pass to Ford from the arc. Outside for Jordan. Houston moving it around. Jordan sets the screen for Green. And stolen by Williamson. And a deep 3 from Curry. Offensive rebound. Takes a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Curry's got 16 here in the second half.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc. A key part of their initiative this entire 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the 3-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
Ford against Curry. Pass to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Okafor. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
3rd team foul. At the line.
And he sinks the second.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Here's Curry. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Johnson, a wide open look, and again, Washington with the triple.
Johnson with a smooth jumper from that corner.
A floater, 4, that's good.
The move and the bucket. That's an incredible individual play.
And so Curry will bring it up for Washington. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And Jordan sends it back. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Curry way outside. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For my friends Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Stephen Curry.